these are great little books that I create in minutes, and you'll see that will be used for taking notes, for writing Christmas lists. What I'm using for paper is this lovely confetti paper. Don't you love it? So I've made these little signatures with the confetti paper. So confetti paper comes in white as well as in an ivory, 102028. And I love it because it has a nice little raw texture to it. So I've taken one sheet, I have cut it in half, the same way you do when you're making cards, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. And what this does, I get these 2 card bases, right? So to turn these 2 card bases into this little book, go cut up another piece of paper. You just create 4 card bases and then you stack them one inside the next. Alright? And that gives you one book. Alright? So you're creating a single signature book. Now, I love the Letters from Santa paper. Have you guys seen it? So Letters from Santa is the name. And the number is down here. It's 122349. And these are just beautiful. So this is the one I'm going to use. Christmas patterns. Lovely scrapbook bases. Can you just see that in a scrapbook page? Or not. You know, you can use it for a book or for an ornament or for some other reason. For a mini album. Look how it's already got a panel for you. It's got a title for you. It's got some ornaments for you. I mean, add a picture and a ribbon or something and off you go. Beautiful papers. And again, of course, as usual, Stampin' Up! Always make sure that these are dual-sided. Really nice to ink this up and make it look even more vintage. So I really like these papers. Nice stripes. Look, it's like a bingo cards. Really nice papers here. Like right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a fold right under that area, and I'm going to use my bone folder. And one thing I didn't say when I was explaining how to make the signature for this book is, you know, when I said score and fold in half, you need to do more than just fold in half. You need to take your bone folder and make sure that it's flat. So don't be satisfied with hand folding it. So I've folded that, and now I'm going to put this back on there and check. Okay, is that... I like to do a lot of eyeballing, and things still come out beautiful, so. Somebody complained that I didn't back up enough of my video, so I hope this is far enough back. Okay, so now, I'm going to actually pick it up. You know why? Because I want Santa to be on my inside cover. See how there he is? He's right there. He'll be on my inside cover if I use the top of this. So all I'm going to do then is fold this up where it's going to stop and cut again, like this. Alright, and I could also use my X-Acto knife instead of that big old paper cutter you see me working with there. Alright, so now I can just wrap my paper around the book. So I'll just stick that in there. And you see I have a little bit of a lip there. And then I can just fold that over. And that's the size, right? Now, you would think I'm going to cut this back piece off. I'm not going to cut it off. The reason I'm not going to cut it off is because I'm going to let it fold over and become a pocket. So I'm going to fold it back on itself first, which tells me how big it should be. Making sure to line up the sides. Again, you might want to use your bone folder. And now that I have a good crease, I'm going to fold it back on itself. Alright, so this is now the book. There it is, all done. Alright, now I'm going to stitch it real quick. You can use the clips that are at Staples, but I'm using the clips that I have with Stampin' Up! And all I'm doing is making sure this is nested well into the pocket of the paper and immediately put a clip at the top and the bottom. Okay. What you don't want it to do is shift while you're sewing. Okay, and I just double check after I put the clips that it is closing good. Alright. So this is going to be the front of my book, Santa being the first thing, and then the back of the book has this little pocket. Alright, so now I'm going to stitch it. To stitch it, just take your paper piercer, and again guys, you're going to laugh at me, but I'm going to use my grid to kind of estimate 1/2 an inch from one end, and I'm going to just keep my hand from behind there, punch a hole right through there. Then I'm going to go to the other side and find 1/2 an inch over there and do the same thing. Okay, they look just about right. And then I'm going to estimate the middle. So again, if you guys want to be exact on this, please do. I'm just not trying to be exact at this. So now I have 3 holes, and I'm going to stitch my book. You see I've threaded my needle with some white waxed thread, and I'm just going to start by pushing it into the center and leaving a little bit of a tail hanging out, maybe about 2 inches of a tail. Then I'm going to come in, go to the top or the bottom, it really doesn't matter which one you start with, and go back out. Alright, so now you've got that line. When you pull taut, hold on to your tail and pull parallel to the book. Don't pull perpendicular because you might tear it. Alright, so that's nice and taut. I'm going to turn it back over because my string is coming out here. I'm going to skip the middle one, go all the way to the end, and then pull that around. Now I'm going to pay attention to what side of the string the original string is sitting on, and it's sitting on this side, not this side, it's on this side. So again, I'm going to flip it over and pull tight, and you'll notice there's only one place that's not covered, so I will go back out the middle. When I go back out the middle, I'm going to make myself go out the other side. So if you can see, the first string is on this side, this string is on this side, and I'm pulling it out so that it's on the other side of that string. Alright, so now you've got 2 strings on either side of that last string. Okay, I'm done, guys. That was that easy. I am just going to cut this, and I'm going to tie a knot. That's how I like it. Now I can remove those clips, and guess what? I got a little book. Alright, so I'm going to turn it upside down. So there we go. Front, inside cover, cool pages for taking notes, beautifully stitched, lays flat. Alright, you could take it a step further and stamp on some of these pages if you want to, but I'm going to say it's a done deal. Adhesive, and I'm just going to run it across the bottom of this flap, which will create a pocket. Some people want to do it on both ends. I don't. In case I want to put something in here taller than the book, I leave the top open. So that's my back, and then I'm going to round the corners of all of this. So I probably don't want to make you watch that, right? And this angle that I'm in is going to make it hard. So I'm actually going to go in and corner around all my corners, and then you'll see some pictures. But that's the whole book. It's wonderful.